All right, so this is going to be the weekly reading for the fire signs, the week of July 17th, 2023. So we are welcoming in all prominent fire placements of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Welcome into the reading. Thank you so much for being here. I usually do some in-depth astrology on the weekly readings. I've done that the last couple of readings or couple of weeks. And I decided not to do that this week. I don't know when I will be bringing that back in. I am an astrologer, so I do astrology. However, at this time, I'm just not going to be adding them to my readings. I'm sure that will come in time, just not right now. But I do want to say that this week, today, July 17th, is that new moon in Cancer. I did speak about this energy in the monthly readings for each zodiac sign. Those are posted on the channel. Check those out. But we also have the nodes changing into Aries and Libra as well. I spoke about that in those readings. So happy new moon, everyone. Hopefully you think about setting your intentions and, just starting a new sort of energetic routine as it relates to, some of the things that are important to you. Maybe at this time you have realized already by now, since that full moon in Capricorn, what is really important. You wake up today and you're just like, you know what, this is the stuff that I want to focus on. And so you're starting to set some intentions and some plans around those things. I also want to mention that on July 22nd, the sun in Cancer will oppose Pluto in Capricorn retrograde. It's also going to be squaring the North Node in Aries and the South Node in Libra. So this is going to be a time of year where you or someone you know will be going through a moment of catharsis in some way. Okay, so it could be relating to the self more than likely, but depending on where the sun in Cancer and the Pluto in Capricorn is, will determine how it's going to look. But it is a moment of catharsis. It is a death rebirth moment. It is a total breakdown of something in some way, of some sort of foundation, of some sort of identity, something that has been very, very long lasting. It could be a belief system, it could be a job, it could be a home, it could be something with your family. There's just a level of breakdown. Okay, and I don't mean to scare anyone. Again, this is all in an effort to build back up into something that you can, that is good for your life as it stands now. So whatever this is, it's an old ideology of some sort. It's an old way of living of some sort that no longer is serving you, and the universe is bringing it down to give you the opportunity to build something better that is, again, will add something to your life as it stands right now for the person that you are now. It will not seem that way when it happens. It's going to seem as though this is a really, really low moment in time. So you're just going to have to use some of this new moon in Cancer energy to really self-love and nourish yourself and really bring in that nourishment and care and love, right? If you're seeing someone go through it, then, it's good for you to be there and bring in that nourishment as well. But it's just, take your time with this, whatever it is. Sit with yourself and trust and have faith in the process more than anything. And I did mention that in some of the previous videos I've done when I go into the in-depth astrology, that part of this is really having faith and, trusting the process, that the higher forces have a plan pretty much. And, when things do break down, it's for a reason, right? So I hope that you get through this moment well and intact and healthy and safe. And you are able to manage yourself or your loved ones who may seem to be going through it in a very loving, nourishing, caring way. All right. So let's go into the cards and let's get a breakdown of your week. So we're going to go into the personal energy for the fire signs, then look into the environment for the week, and then get a breakdown of the beginning, middle, and end of the week details. All right. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the element of fire. Give us details and information, insight, and perspective to the the weekly energy for the week of July 17th, 2023, please. Please like the video, guys. If you press the little thumbs up, that would really help my videos generate through YouTube. Since I am a new YouTube channel, I would really, really appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. I would love to have you on there. Fire signs, what's up for this week, July 17th. All right. Let's see where your personal energy is at this week. Just sitting into it, getting a feel for it. And you have the Three of Pentacles. So you want to come together with someone, with either another person or a group of people. You want to exchange ideas. I feel like you have an idea, actually. Like you're coming to the table with like something that you can do that is going to, that you feel will result in better performance of some way, or give you some sort of results in some way. I don't know, but it does feel like you have an idea and you need the assistance of someone else. So you're like running this information by them. Yeah, for an opportunity. There's an opportunity here. Something of value, something in the 3D. You're creating opportunity by networking, by communicating, by collaborating, bringing in other people, sort of mingling. Lot of Pentacle energy here. Your work may be of significance or your priority this week. Yeah, it's like just throwing ideas out and seeing what sticks and what doesn't. All for the sake of an opportunity and getting something of value out of it. I feel beauty here in some way as well for some of you, for select few of you. This has to do with like some type of health or beauty treatment or something like that. I don't know what that means. Maybe you're in the beauty industry for the sake of aesthetics even. That it's like it'll look good. It'll look good on paper if we did this. It'll look good on my resume if I did this, or something about looking good. All right, what's in the environment for the fire signs? You have the Hierophant. Yeah, there's work in your environment. I think for the majority of you, work is heavy on the priority list this week. But there's some sort of establishment of group, something of a solid foundation that you are going to be involved with in some way in your environment. I also feel school. Maybe some of you are going to beauty school. Going back to the beauty thing. Yeah, it's like going back to something that you used to love. Going back to a passion, a project, a pastime, or something like that that you used to indulge in. And maybe it was a hobby of some sort. But it does involve a level of other people being on board. It involves ideas being shared. And then all of a sudden, in some way, the circumstance or opportunity shows itself in your environment. And it's like, hey, like, I've always wanted to do this. Or, hey, like, I used to think about, you know, this when I was young. Or I used to do this when I was young. Something like that. So there is an opportunity coming through here for you. It does feel like you have to get out, though. It does feel external, like you have to get out and go and speak to people, or go and show up at places. I don't know if like people are in direct sales, or you know, there's like conventions and you're taking your hobby or something like that out to the world, like showing it out to the world. It does feel very much like that. Or if it's not like that and it is at work, it has to do with like you practicing or showing people your idea and putting it into action so they can see how it's going to look, how it's going to work, and the type of results that you're looking for, something like that as well. Because with the Hierophant, I mean, this is a place of establishment. It's a business. It's a corporation. If we want to speak literal, like 3D elements, it's just like a building, a hospital, a mall, you know, like something like that, where there is material gain, something of material gain. But it's also just creating a more solid, secure, unbreakable foundation in some way. And that's why I see it feels like you have to go there, if that makes sense. It's also in the environment, something that has to do with maybe someone coming through who is already established and already like in a higher level as it relates to where you are compared to where you are. And so you want to meet them, you want to speak to them, you want to share your ideas with them in some way. I would just say that with this person, they need to see the results. They need to see where the value's at. So if you're coming in with an idea, you have to come in with the process as well. Or if like you're coming to tell somebody like, hey, like, you know, this is not working, then you have to come with the solution at the same time. Like you can't just go to the person and be like, this isn't working, and expect them to find a solution. Like they're saying like, okay, well, what are you going to do about it, type of thing, which is your time to shine and really put, like I said, this idea into place in some way. But with all the Pentacles and then the Hierophant showing up, it does feel work related, something of value. The Sun is here with the Ace of Pentacles, providing an opportunity, something coming, like being illuminated. There's like overall happiness and excitement regarding this opportunity. And you just like enjoy, you know, like you have this opportunity to do something and you're like, F yes, right? Like this is my moment type of thing. So you're kind of going back to something that you used to love and that you were probably good at. It's probably something around your passion. It's like they say, we're supposed to follow our passion as it relates to our career, right? Like when we were young, there was something about like what, you know, what we liked to do, what we were passionate about doing. It's like our hobby or something like that. And the idea around it is to turn that into your job, to turn that into your career, because that is your gift that you were born with to provide to the world. Okay, let's go into the weekly details. Start off with the beginning of the week for the fire signs, please. Here's a Hierophant again. Yeah, so someone maybe a little bit more experienced, a little bit more older or serious maybe coming into play here. They have something to offer, like they've already built their own life or their own foundation or something like that. So I don't know if it's like a sponsor or an investor or just someone that you look up to that you can go to get some ideas and, you know, best practices or experience from. But it's like they're sort of giving you the time of day right now. They're available right now. Like they're like you have their attention right now. All right. I also feel like the Shark Tank vibe, the show where you're going in front of people and sharing your invention. Okay. 7 of Swords. Oh no. What are we doing? Fire sign in the beginning of the week. Why do we have the 7 of Swords here? Trying to strategize a plan to get out of a situation. What situation is this and why? Trying to sneak away from something, trying to get out of something, trying to take the easy way out of something. It's a lot of mental usage, like using your mind and your thoughts to figure out how you can get away with something. This is not you, it's someone in your environment. The 9 of Swords. Starting off your week in a very mental, anxious, fear-based way. I don't know if any of you are feeling the catharsis of the Sun opposed Pluto starting to bubble up already. You need to clear your mind. You need to clear your mind. You need to trust yourself. You need to go higher, vibe higher, do what's right. Go into this Hierophant, like tapping into your inner morality, tapping into your ethics, tapping into the right and wrong, and that compass that we all have within us, right? I feel like you're going too far off on the wrong here. Okay? Like you have to reel it back in. You have the 6 of Cups again. There's something about the past or a past connection or a soul bond here. You could be bonding with a Hierophant type of person. Somebody could be watching you go through this really low level experience, or you're watching someone go through it, and it's reminding you of how maybe you used to be, or it's reminding you of why, you know, they are the way they are. Maybe you've gone through this with them in the past, and you're sort of looking at them, or someone is doing that to you. I don't know. It does feel like these are past behaviors that are happening here, and someone is like above it, or someone needs to be above it, and really like clear the mind, release all the thoughts, and go into some really deep meditation. Like, I know that there's fear coming through this week, for sure. For sure there will be fear, whether you are literally going through a cathartic moment or you are scared that you may go through a cathartic moment. So you just want to rise above it, see the lesson in it, see why it's happening, see the positive of like, this is happening for good, right? Like, it's probably something that you know just doesn't fit into your life anymore. It's a way of being. It's an actual circumstance or situation that you have been in for a very long time, and it's finally that moment where it's just like done, right? So if you have not been working on that already, the universe is coming in and stepping in for us at this time. So it's a blessing in disguise. It might feel like shit, but all for the sake of the better at the end. What else for the fire signs? Midweek, please. At the same time, you do have really good cards in your personal energy and in your environment. So you don't want to ruin this opportunity with some of this low-level thinking. Amazing. Don't ruin it with all of this low-level stuff, fire sign, please. Don't do it. Jeez, you have the 10 of Pentacles. Get this beautiful card. What does that show you? This is everything. This is stability, security, family, love, money, abundance. Solid foundation. Focus on the good. Focus on what you have to be grateful for. Focus on what you have, not what you think you're going to lose, or not what you've lost, or focus what you're going to get out of what you've lost, right? There's always, always, always something to be grateful for. Got to stay there. The Justice card next to it. This is for the sake of balancing things out. This is happening to everyone for that purpose specifically. There needs to be a balance. And it could play out in a million different ways for everybody. How many people are there in the world? 8 billion people. Everybody's experiencing a different, like everybody is experiencing today in a different way, right? This energy can play out so many different ways, but there is a need for a karmic balancing. So that means that at one point you were too far off on the scale, right? Where it was like heavy on one side, light on the other, whatever that was. And I was saying, you know, that moral compass of right and wrong, you're going too far to the wrong, right? So there's a balance here and a universal divine karmic element of bringing in what is needed to balance the scales again, right? What else midweek, please, for the fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Beautiful. King and Queen of Swords here. Either you are balancing, once again, that positive, negative, receptive, and what is the opposite of receptive? Receptive, like receiving and giving, you know. Light and dark, masculine, feminine within yourself. Or you are coming into contact with someone who is a really good fit for you. Very compatible. With the Justice here, could be a moment of synchronicity in a way, coming across this person. Things in common, similar interest. What else? Soul bond. It's a lot of clarity that's needed here to get through this week and to take advantage of this opportunity. There could be a feminine. It doesn't have to be a literal female, but someone with a more feminine role, feminine energy, airy feminine energy, which is more of a logic-based, mental-based, clear communicator, direct in their approach, very instinctual when it comes to their thoughts and how they communicate. Very quick to come up with solutions. Very quick to come up with, you know, problem-solving techniques, something like that. But it does feel like this person is going to be bringing that news. So again, it could be you going through a cathartic moment, or someone in your environment going through a cathartic moment. It may be a little blunt with the Queen of Swords here. It may be like in your face, out of nowhere feeling. But it feels, because both King and Queen are here with the Justice, it feels like it's not going to be too far off on the good or the bad, like I was saying. For some reason, I'm getting that, right? Like, it's going to be neutral to you, if that makes sense. Whatever this breakdown moment is, you will be in a neutral spot of it. So you're not going to be like the one that's reaping all of the rewards, and you're not going to be the one that is losing everything. There's going to be a neutrality here. So you want to be careful how you react, how you respond, how you approach this situation. When this person approaches you, you could also be someone giving the cathartic notice or, you know, message to someone. Something of a breakdown here. What else? The end of the week, please, for the fire signs. Strength. Be honest. Be authentic no matter what. Be honest and true to yourself when you are communicating, reacting, responding, taking any type of action. Come from a balanced place. Sit with yourself. Make sure that you and your higher self are connected and communicating. When you are over here in your head with all of these swords, all of these thoughts, these low-level plans that you have to sneak away or to deceive somebody, you know, for your own sake, like all of this low stuff, it doesn't allow you to be clear, right? There's also the Page of Swords down here. So you have the King, Queen, Page of Swords. This is very much so clarity as it relates to how you approach and how you react to things. Be careful with being too instinctual as well, since you are a fire sign. You want to take it slow. You want to think it through. You got Judgment. The end of the week. There is the awareness that comes through and understanding why the breakdown happened, why the tower happened. So it is bigger picture. Communicating with people at the end of the week to understand why this tower happened. What is a tower, please? Queen of Pentacles. It does have to do with some sort of security and stability. It also has to do with people not being on the same page and people not opening up and being honest. Something being hidden. Whatever happens in the beginning of the week that is sneaky, whether you're doing it or you're catching somebody doing it, that sneakiness is going to create a tower moment in the middle of the week. So you want to catch the people who are not on the same page, who are acting impulsively, erratically, selfishly. You don't know everything. So all you can do at this point is observe. With the King and Queen, they're very observant. All you can do at this point is observe and pick up on who these people are. There's somebody that's going to come through, whether it's you or someone else, that is going to act, like I said, erratically, irrationally, impulsively, selfishly, for fear, because they're in fear. And somebody is seeing it from a higher perspective. Somebody is seeing how and why, like where it's stemming from, the root to it. You want to stay strong in your foundation and what you have going on. Make sure that your people, your close-knit people, whether it's your partner, your family, your, partner at work, whatever, whoever it is that you trust, like the both of you are on the same page here. So you're preparing for something that may happen based off of this pretty much dumb decision that someone has made. Again, you don't know all of the information behind something. There's people not on the same page. And there's someone of inexperience coming through that may be the creator of this downfall, of whatever it is. And it could be minor. I understand that it sounds really bad, but, I just don't want anyone to be caught off guard, right? So it's like prepare for the worst but hope for the best type of thing. You may be, and again, for the fire signs, I did feel it's a neutrality. Like you may see it happening, right? And there's a need to protect based off of how you react and how you respond and how you deal with the situation. You're protecting what's yours. You're seeing it happen. And you're just sort of observing it and making sure that it stays like outside of your bubble, right? What is at the end of the week here? Strength again. Yeah, something about being strong and having bravery and courage. What is the Page of Swords for the end of the week for the fire signs? There's a message that comes through that may catch you off guard. You're going to have to be strong about it. It feels bittersweet, this message. Something you've been anticipating. For the sake of something better. For the sake of something better. What's the Judgment? You're going to notice where you or someone was sabotaging and creating like bad energy in your life or in their own life. You're going to become aware of someone's behaviors, of someone's low-level behaviors. I'm also feeling for a select group of you that it has to do with a loved one, a family member, or a close friend, or someone that you love that is going through some sort of like relapse, or like someone based off of their destructiveness and their irresponsibility of some sort. It feels like let's just say they got evicted because they, were not taking it serious, not paying their bills, or maybe they did something to the home and the landlord, threw them out. Maybe somebody lost their job because they weren't going in because they had been using. I also feel an element of alcohol or drugs here. Right, so it's like maybe you're a parent and you are going through this moment with your child, and parents, right, the king and queen here with the child here, child there, erratic, impulsive, destructive behavior. So you're going to have, although it's neutral to you because you are not going through it specifically, you definitely have to be there for your loved one to help them through it. You are their savior at this week. You're going to save somebody. You're going to be someone's helper, right? As someone is going through a really, really tough time, the fire sign is going to show up and help in some way. If it's not someone else, it could be you. At the same time, it does, like I said, it does talk about stability, like something of value, something of foundation. Your personal energy, you want more stability. You want to continue down this course that you have of like building something good for yourself in your environment. Institutions, right? I did say institutions with the Hierophant, something being illuminated. Six of Cups here, probably a child. You're seeing the opportunity in this for somebody to get better, to find this. You're finding the solutions, right? Like I mentioned earlier, problem solving, solution finding type of thing. Seeing what's best for the situation, collaborating with other people. So it's probably like a big situation with the karmic or justice card. There could be legal issues involved as well, or the court system, stuff like that. The family's going to have to sort of rally together, you know. All right, so just watch out for that. Let me know in the comments how it goes or what this is about. I'm curious to know. Please press the little thumbs up button if you got this far and you were able to gain something out of the video or the message. I would really, really appreciate it. And I did say that. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Yeah, so look out for future readings. Thank you so much for your time and energy. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope that you you know, get through this time in a safe manner, in one tact. Okay, so we'll see each other on the next one. Thank you so much.